Good morning. I would like to talk this morning about singularity. The universe is a singularity. It is a single living thing without any separate parts whatsoever. Although quantum physics has only arrived at this fundamental truth in the past few years, it has been part of human knowledge for millennia. The unified field of quantum physics is an almost exact parallel of the ancient Hindu concept of Brahman, which dates back 3,500 years. Both insights perceive a primordial unity existing beneath and knitting together the apparent diversity of the cosmos. The Chinese were also aware of oneness. In their I Ching, which dates back to 2100 BC, they developed a system of thought that rests on non-separation. The I Ching was and is an oracle, carried out by throwing yarrow sticks, today we use coins, to select hexagrams of meaning. The system is actually a form of early Chinese science, though it is a science that is grounded in oneness rather than separateness and cause and effect. It rests on the assumption that since the universe is a single thing, at any given moment everything in the cosmos is laced with the same emerging principles and energies. So the yarrow sticks will fall in the moment with the same patterns, vibrations, and meanings that are informing the movements of the planets and galaxies. The universe is unfolding itself, and the patterns in that unfolding affect literally everything in it, including the arrangement of thrown yarrow sticks. So reading the arrangement of the yarrow sticks offers a possibility of a peep into the current unfolding states of the universe. The same assumption was present long ago in the Western world, in the Hermetic tradition. The origins of the Hermetic beliefs are lost in the mists of time, but it was already a fully developed system in the ancient Greek and Gnostic worlds. It stated, "As above, so below." This implied a clear recognition that the universe was a singularity, with identical forces operating simultaneously at the human and galactic levels. This primacy of oneness was also the basis for the development of astrology. Taking it as a given that the patterns were identical at the macro and the micro levels of emerging reality, the ancients searched the heavens to try to determine what was really happening in human life on Earth. This kind of thinking and these perceptions of reality have been lost for several centuries in the Western world. The development of Western science, based largely on the visions of Isaac Newton and René Descartes, took a different route. It assumed that reality consisted of separate objects existing in empty space, colliding and transferring energy to one another. The Western scientific cosmology developed separateness as its fundamental principle. Over the past 400 years, this approach has effectively separated humankind from our ground of being, from nature, and from the cosmos itself. It has left us marooned on the surface of life, alienated, empty, disconnected, and in despair. The Western approach has also elevated cause and effect to the pinnacle as the only operating principle in the universe. Cause and effect and the separateness of objects go hand in hand, and today we take these as givens. In our time, however, there is an emerging realization that if the universe is a single undivided thing, cause and effect may not be the only operating principle. We are working our way back to the realizations of the ancients. The opening salvo in this evolution may have been Carl Jung's idea of synchronicity. Jung was interacting closely with the quantum physicists of his day and was well aware of what they were discovering. One of those discoveries was, of course, the unified field. Jung was also aware of and excited by the I Ching, and he was deeply interested in astrology. When he noticed unexplainable coincidences in his own life and that of his patients, he developed a theory of acausal reality that he labeled synchronicity. The common denominator in all of his interests, the I Ching, astrology, the unified field, and the anomalies in the lives of his patients, was a developing realization that there may be another principle operating in reality besides cause and effect, a principle similar to as above, so below. He took the idea a little farther when he said, whatever is born or done at this moment has the qualities of this moment of time. This is the very foundation of astrology's concern with the birth chart. At the moment of birth, the emerging human being is imprinted for life with the patterns of forces and energies currently swirling in the cosmos. Astrology is not so much about foretelling the future as it is, like the I Ching, an attempt to take the temperature of the current moment in the universal patterns of life. Today, we are moving beyond causality as the only operating principle into a new, emerging, and still unknown reality. Our previous framework was not big enough. Reality is more diverse, more mysterious, and more miraculous than we suspected. Our science has now validated the notion of the singularity of the universe. We have come full circle, back to the ancient truths. Hang on to your hat. It is going to be an interesting ride.